Hello and welcome to Sun Spotlight. I am your host, Kharisma, grateful to be back for another episode. In addition to these interviews that I do every Thursday at noon, I also write a weekly column for the Philadelphia Sunday Sun, which you can read on newsstands every Friday. You can also check us out online at www.philasun.com and be sure to follow the Philadelphia Sunday Sun on all social media platforms. I recently got an opportunity to watch the upcoming film, The Protege, which stars Maggie Q, Samuel L. Jackson, and Michael Keaton. Now, one of my absolute favorite genres of film are films where women are fully capable and kicking butt. And Maggie Q absolutely does that in The Protege. I am thrilled to be joined today by Maggie Q to speak with her all about her role in the film. Hi, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Charisma.
Yes. I'm so excited to talk to you. I just got back from Hawaii yesterday.
No, you didn't.
I did. I'm on.
Where were you?
I went to Oahu first.
Okay.
And then we headed to Maui for my cousin's.
Where were you on Oahu?
We stayed at the Alohilani Resort.
Okay, so on the west side.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Nice. I'm from the north side, so I'm from the North Shore. Yeah.
I didn't get to go up there because we didn't rent a car, and I was so disappointed.
Oh, you have to go up there. That's like real Hawaii. Yeah.
I was like, it was so
next time. Now you know what to do next time.
I have to go back. I've made some friends now, so I have.
Lovely. Perfect.
Yes. Well, I'm so excited to talk to you. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Well, I know you're no stranger to being an assassin with background
Nikita. True that.
And funny story, a friend of mine and coworker, I worked for CBS and CW at the time.
Nikita okay. Yeah.
He did so much promo that he named his puppy Nikita.
Oh, stop it. I'm honored. What kind of dog is it?
It was a little miniature terrier.
Oh, cute. Oh, my favorite.
So cute. So
the
cute.
Scruffy. Oh, I love
yes,
it. I love it.
So
I love
cute.
it.
But I loved you in The Protege. I thought you were absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you.
And I wanted to know what drew you to the script initially when you got it. What made you want to be a part of this project?
I mean, initially, I didn't actually, funnily enough. Like they sort of gave me the quick pitch, and I was like, not wanting to jump back into the genre just yet or at all. I wasn't sure. And so I did, I think, quietly say to myself at some point that unless the elements were right, unless all of the ducks were in a row to make something great, that I wasn't going to do it. I didn't want to be involved. And so that is what happened. I got the script. I read it because I was like told, listen, just read it, see how you feel after you read it. And I did. And I really liked it. I didn't just kind of like it. I really liked it. And then really for me, getting on the phone with Martin Campbell was really kind of like, it sealed the deal. He's not just a legend because, listen, there are directors who are big names that you aren't exactly compatible with. And so we just had all the same ideas of what we wanted to do with the film, but also all the same ideas of what we didn't want to happen with the film. Okay. Things we'd seen that we just didn't like, that we didn't think mattered. And so we wanted to move in the direction of like, let's make this matter to our audiences.
Okay. That makes perfect sense. And one of the things that I loved about this film was that it wasn't just the awesome kick butt action scene.
Exactly.
It had an incredible backstory.
Thank you.
And the backstory was heartbreaking in a lot of ways.
Sure.
How were you able to really pull from that heartbreak and add that additional element to the character?
Yeah, truly. Like, I think like one of the bigger sort of questions always in life is like, how do we move through trauma, right? Like, or can we, right? Do we become a product of it for the rest of our lives, or can we face it and move to the other side? And that is really ultimately her journey in this movie, right? Like, she is a highly traumatized human. She's gone into this profession and been raised in this way, and it's something that obviously is second nature to her in that she's seen and done a lot. She's not really affected by much,
Right.
But at the same time, when she does finally face her past and she does finally go back home and really put the spotlight on that, which she never wanted to even think about again. By the end of the film, she really is this person who's like, I just want peace. Like,
yeah.
I just, I faced it and I don't want to do it. I don't want any of this in my life anymore, which is why she can't be with Rembrandt.
Yeah. It's too much bringing
It's
her
too
back
much.
to the past.
It's too much.
Too
Exactly.
much.
Yeah, too much.
And also your character's really funny.
Oh, thank you. I thought so too.
Really
Martin and I, we said with Sam, who's always great, and Michael and myself in the film, if we weren't creating characters that were all the things, right? Which everyone is. So like, you're funny in your life, you're silly, you're sad, you're happy, we all have the gamut of emotions as humans. And so if we were creating these characters and they didn't ultimately have emotions that every person does, then we're not building real characters or real people. Exactly. And so that's why we wanted to have all of it in there, humor and wit and all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you said you were a little bit reluctant to go back into this genre initially, but what was the training regimen like, kind of getting back into that zone?
Yeah, I wasn't able to train for this film, unfortunately, because I had just finished, I was 2 months post spine surgery when this movie started. And so for me, I had to be very, very careful going into this movie to not re-injure myself and also exacerbate, this sort of healing that had already started and was going on. And my doctor was like, listen, you have to rest 5 months. And I just didn't have that time. And somebody said to me actually the other day, which was very, very true. Like, well, if you had postponed the movie, you would have run into COVID and you guys probably couldn't have made it.
I know.
In the way that you made it, which
was timing all worked out.
Timing all worked out. I'm really glad I pushed through and didn't listen to my doctors, which I don't recommend for anyone listening, but I'm a little special in that way sometimes where people tell me one thing, I do the other. Yeah. Very female. Right.
Your birthday in December.
What's that? Yeah, I know exactly. I feel like it doesn't matter when. It's really it's the gender. But I was able to push through, and I'm really, normally I do have a pretty intense regimen going into a film like this, and the fact that I couldn't on this one makes me really proud that we pulled it off in the way that we did, because it was obviously a set of circumstances that I'd never dealt with before.
Yeah, you made it look really easy. I'm like, yes.
Thank you. Okay.
While doing it, this is amazing.
Woo! Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What was it like working with Samuel L. Jackson and Michael Keaton? I mean, you get two huge heavy hitter stars that have been just incredible in everything, as are
icons. Yeah, they're really icons. I had an instinct that Sam and I would have the right dynamic in it personally for the film. I just, there was something about him or us or whatever it was, and it was so funny because I had friends who said, "Oh, he's playing your perfect." It's just friends who are like moviegoers who are like, "Oh, that's gonna work. It's gonna work. I just know it's gonna work." And then when we met, I was strange with some people how it feels like you've known them forever.
Yeah.
And so it was a very, very easy friendship we had, and so it was nice to be able to collaborate with somebody who, I had that off screen with. Yeah. And then with Michael, he just he's so funny. Like, he really truly is, like, no matter what situation, he's always making me laugh, and he's got an easygoing spirit, but also he's just very generous when it comes to collaboration. And so for me, it was to have that, and to have Martin, who was so focused on the characters from all sides. I had everyone who really, really cared about the product. And I think that's why you get the product you do. If everybody cares on that level, you're going to get something good out of it.
Absolutely. And the comic book nerd in me was like, oh my God, she's doing a movie with Nick Fury and Batman. Like, this is.
I cannot believe you're a comic book nerd. I do not believe that, because my eyes do not see a comic book nerd. I'd be like, what? Like, wait. You're the girl the comic book nerds want to be with. But you're one of them. Oh God.
Yeah, I am one of them.
They must not be able to have control over themselves. That's very funny.
Oh, thank you. I can thank my brother, because he's the reason.
Oh, is he older?
He's my older brother.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
My whole life.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so cool.
With our parents, every time a new comic book movie would come out.
Of course, yeah, of course.
So
oh, that's cool. I like that. That's a good dynamic. Yeah, exactly. You got to keep it going. They totally got to keep it going.
Absolutely.
For him.
So what was the most rewarding aspect of you doing this film? I mean, you have so many different elements happening. You're working with great people. Like, what was the most rewarding aspect of it for you?
I think it's what you said. I think it was the people. It was this mix of, and there are people, on the movie that, like, no one's going to talk about, like our DP.
Yeah.
our first AD. I mean, these are people, our first AD was a guy called Bruce who was actually retired, and Martin Campbell pulled him out of retirement. He's living in Wyoming with his horses and his donkeys. And he's like, I don't want to do that anymore. Go away. And Martin's like, no, you have to come back for this movie. And so he comes out of retirement in this movie. And this guy, he did the Back to the Futures, like our DP did, the Green Mile and all these like amazing movies that were just so visually so beautiful. Bruce was on Forrest Gump. He was on, I mean, like all these iconic films. So we have like all these film history people who are on this set who just brought so much to the film, like people that no one will ever know or care about, but people who I felt I was living film history working alongside, and who will probably never go back to another film. And so that all of that, the actors included, the people you guys do care about and the people you'll never know about, just collectively, it was what a great group.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I've also always wondered when I see these incredible films where it's like a woman is in the center of the film.
Yes.
She's, like she's the core, and you were the core in this film.
Yeah, so rare.
Other women that were in the film. What was that experience like for you?
It was just really the reverse of what this genre really is a boys' club. Unless it's not, but it is, right? So, right, but it is, so you'll have your, the odd Black Widows and the odd Charlize, the action film, but, for the most part, primarily it's a male dominated genre. And so, I'm used to being around just all the boys and it just being like them. And then I'm sort of there doing my part, but not really being at the center of what that is. Yeah. And so it's interesting being at the center of this as a female, because like, I just feel like we work really hard. We have such an incredible work ethic. We're there, we're tough. And I know it sounds funny to say that like, oh, well, we're women and we're tough, as if like men aren't tough, and like men are tough, but like there are a lot of men who are not tough. Like I've worked with stuntmen who have like, complained about, oh, this is a little too hard. And I'm like, get off my set. I can't. If I'm not complaining, I'm not going to listen to a stuntman go like, oh, ow, like, oh my God.
Like, wait, what is
but it happens.
Word that's in your title? Stunt, right?
Hi. Yes, exactly. And you're supposed to be the toughest people in the business. And yeah, it's just interesting how, so, they're not all as tough as you think they are. So it's just interesting being a woman at the helm, because I think that there are even times where I really kind of just move forward no matter what the situation is. And I think there are times when people get really complacent with that and just expect you to, always be the certain. And then if there's anything that ever is difficult or you need help with, it's like, they're not really there. You know what I mean? Like they're a little bit like, oh, well, but you're just tough and just do your thing. And it's like, no. I deserve and demand the same respect and care you would give to a man. And weirdly, they give it more to the men than they do to us.
Yeah, all the time. And in all
100%. Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. We're good.
Thanks.
It's fine. Thanks. Yeah.
Thanks for asking. No breathing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, totally fine. So that's a hump, that's something you always have to like be very, very mindful of. Like when you're in those situations, like I am always mindful of the fact that I have to watch out for me. And I know that.
Great point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now that you're back, or that you've gone back into this genre, do you feel like it's something that you would continue to be in? I mean, selfishly, I love watching you kick butt. So
Thank you. Well, I think that, like I said from the beginning, like if it's something at this level, it really is so satisfying, right? Because you really do have just all of these industry professionals contributing on such a, like I said, such a high level that it really is worth it, because sometimes, unfortunately, you put the same amount of effort in that I did for this movie, and you don't get the product, and that's always tough, so to be able to put the effort in and actually get something out of it that you are happy about is a rare gift indeed. And so, yeah, I mean, I think I would do if it was, this group.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you hope that fans walk away with after seeing this incredible movie? Which
more than they expected.
Then.
Yeah, okay. More than they expected. That's the hope. Yeah.
Well, I think they definitely will. I
Oh, good.
enjoyed this film. I can't wait to see it again. I watched it twice
Awesome.
on vacation because I was like, well, I get to
Right.
talk to Maggie. So
Yeah, oh, good. You're like, I'm in Hawaii and I'm just I'm doing her right because I'm in her home.
yes, yes, I had to make sure that I was doing it right. I'm like, in your hometown. I'm like, I have to pay homage to
Well,
this incredible woman.
I love that. And thank you for loving my hometown.
I do. I even brought my ukulele while I was there. So I'm
Stop
gonna.
it. Do you play?
I do. I play a little guitar. I
No way.
look,
Oh,
see
cute.
right
Oh,
here. You see the
I
case? I
can't.
have
That's
to
so
get the case.
cute.
I'm like, I have to get a case with flowers,
Yeah.
birds of paradise on it. I have to, right?
Yes, I think it's required. I think you can't
Yes.
leave the island unless you have one.
Yes. So if I learn and I get good at it, I'll just like send you a clip on Twitter or
I
Instagram.
would love that, please.
Thank you so
It's
much.
so nice to meet you. Nice talking to you.
You too.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Sun Spotlight. The Protege will open nationwide in theaters this Friday, August the 20th. Check your local listings for showtimes and for COVID protocol. To keep up with Maggie Q and all that she's up to, you can follow her on all social media platforms at Maggie Q. To keep up with me and all that I'm up to, you can follow me on Instagram at The Real Kharisma, on Twitter at Real Kharisma, and then head on over to my website, realcharisma.com, where you can stream and download my latest single, All In. While you're online, be sure to like and follow the Philadelphia Sunday Sun on all social media platforms. I'll be back next Thursday at noon with a brand new episode, and I hope to see you there. Until then, love and light.